Welcome, everybody, to the JJ and Pug Show. It is April 2nd, 2025. We are 4 months through this year, which is just an insane thing to think about.
It's not even, like, it doesn't seem real.
No, I say 4 months through. 3 months through, starting the 4th. I should correct myself there.
It's still crazy. We're a quarter of the way through 2025.
Yeah, and we are recording from the Highland Communities Podcast Studios. And guess what this is, Jason? This is our 99th episode.
Oh, really? We are one away.
One away from the century mark.
That's when we hit the big bucks. Hope you people are ready to go through the roof. Skyrocket. Here we go.
What's hilarious is that this would be for no other reason than pure persistence on our parts.
Yeah.
We are making it happen.
We are making it happen. I don't even care. Every week we are here.
We are here to make it go. All right. And by the way, this is also right here. This is Millencolin, band from my youth. Yeah, probably. Name of the song is Mouse or Man. When I finally read the lyrics, very different meaning than I thought. Basically, the guy the entire time saying he's nothing but a pushover, which is he wasn't, but he is one. And I always thought it was don't be a pushover, be a man, not a mouse. Nope, not the case. This guy's basically saying, nope, I'm nothing but a mouse. I just kind of do what people tell me to do. I wish I didn't, but I do. Either way, the song is still pretty awesome. The band is from Sweden, but they only sing in English.
Do you think they know English?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't it be funny if you were a band that sang English words but didn't even know what they meant?
Didn't know it at all? Yeah.
Like, I could sing a Spanish song right now if I knew the Spanish words, but I wouldn't know what it meant.
You have no idea what it means.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's a story, this Italian folk singer was tired of his songs not being as popular as American music, even though Italians couldn't speak any English, so they had no idea what it was. And so he recorded a song in what sounded like English, but was just gibberish, shot to the top of the charts. Totally.
Of course it did.
It was nothing but gibberish. Made no sense. Totally worked out for the guy, though. Good on you, dude. All right, man. So guess what we just got back from? Remember I tell you that my wife and I, 15 years?
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't do anything? We actually did something.
What'd you do?
Took her down to Mexico.
Viva Rocky Point.
Viva Puerto Peñasco, Rocky Point. We were there for just 2 nights. Dude, it was so nice, man.
I have a love-hate place. I love the place. I hate to drive there.
Yeah, the drive is kind of spooky. And it doesn't matter, I guess, because I'm a male in a car full of women, and I'm one bullet away from them being involved in a sex trade. That's the truth. That is a very grim
I know,
statement.
but that's the truth, though, right? Like, that's where you're like, and yes, of course, more than likely not going to happen.
Yeah.
But, like, the fact that I can't be armed down there is nuts. And it's even more crazy that I can have a giant spear gun, though, and be totally fine.
Yeah, totally fine.
Like, loaded, ready to go, which I feel like could pierce to 3 or 4 people at one shot. So, I mean, I got something.
Yeah.
But it's such an uneasy feeling, man.
So I've never worried about the drive from here to Rocky Point. I have always been very cautious about driving anywhere else. Like, even if it's in town of Rocky Point. Like, once I get to the resort or the place I'm going to stay, I've always been like, when somebody says, hey, let's go to, the fish market. Hey, let's go and get some food. I'm always kind of like, we sure we want to do that? I mean, and dude, you were with me when my hitch got stolen. My hitch.
Yeah. Backed into what's the place called?
The chicken place.
Yeah,
I don't know what the name of the chicken place is. But they got one in Coolidge now.
Yeah, Lucas Chicken.
Lucas, yeah. Dude, somebody stole my hitch. That's it, just a hitch. Like, it was like $20 from Walmart. I came back outside. I'm like, dude, where'd my hitch go?
They melted it down.
Like, yeah, I guess for like the 2% of aluminum that's in it or something like that. Anyway,
so
really dumb. But like outside of that, like, I've always had a good experience.
It's once I'm in Mexico, I'm good. Like, once I'm pass through Sonoita and I get down that stupid long drive. Oh yeah. When you come in, you get that bridge where the road goes up, or the road, or you can go keep going, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm good there. Like, I will go anywhere in Rocky Point. I don't care. I'll walk around the fish market, the dirt mall, wherever. I don't care, and no problem. But getting there is another story, because it's all the hassle-free signs that are supposed to make you feel safe.
Yeah.
That don't make me feel safe.
Hassle-free zone. Yeah. What is so funny is I remember the very first time I ever went down there, it was just paper instructions, right? It was, print out the instructions beforehand to get to this one specific place. And the instructions were hilarious. And it was from the resort. Like, this is, my friend didn't type them up. This was from the resort. And one of them was, in the middle of the desert, you will see a sign pointing to, this direction to go to Puerto Peñasco. And the instructions say, do not follow the sign. This is a scam. And it's like, what? It's like, and every time I drive by that area now, I look at like, dude, maybe people actually turn down this road. They just go that direction because they think that's where they got to go. It's hilarious to me. But anyway, I love it.
Food, though.
Oh, yeah.
The food is unmatched. Like,
so I was trying my best. I didn't go crazy at all down there, right? I was going to bring my food down, but I'm like, I don't want to pack a cooler and a whole bunch of stuff. So like, I'll just be very careful on the drive, and it was. But it was one of those things where I did not partake like I wanted to because I was trying very hard to be very careful about everything that I took in.
Their food is so good.
Dude, I love the carne asada tacos and the shrimp and the chicken. Honestly, I love it all. I love it all.
That place we went to when we were all down there, what was that called?
Was that with the which one?
Wait, was that you with us?
What do we eat?
It might have been Amanda. Might have been Amanda and Jeremy, I think. I don't know if you guys were there that time.
Yeah, maybe not.
I don't remember. Well, it was Tacos Chewy.
Oh, no, we weren't there, no.
It was delicious.
Dude, I think about the time we went and got the churros. The churro place.
The churro cart.
It was super fresh churros.
Penasco churro.
Oh, dude, that was
and it was
solid.
Like crazy because it was like dark. It's like
down a dark alley.
And they're literally spinning churros.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
but it was a line. Like a lot of people that were waiting to get some churros.
$2. You got it with like all loaded up, dude.
Dude, that was legit. Anyway, so we went down for our 15th anniversary, just her and I. My mother-in-law, just the best. Watched the kids, took care of the baby. We were able to unwind for just, like 2 nights. The one day, because you only get one day when you do something like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
One day, spent the whole day on the beach just reading a book. It was beyond relaxing.
I don't even care. That's all I want to do. Like, dude, I am so into just the beach. I go in the water because I like the water. I get why people don't because there are things in there that can eat you.
Bro, I've been in there twice, 2 times, stingray.
That's
in the
weird.
foot.
That's weird.
I should say,
Did they pee on you?
No, that is not what it works.
How do you know? Did you try?
If you do that, infection, dude. Stingrays break skin. Stingrays.
Then what do you? Oh, jellyfish.
Jellyfish is what
jellyfish is the pee. You're right.
No,
my
you
bad.
don't mess. The stingrays freaking hurt. So I've obviously been in the ocean way more than 2 times. I'm just saying I've been stung 2 times. And for a person who grew up in the freaking desert and rarely ever went to the ocean, the ratio of me getting stung by stingrays is far too high for me to continue that risk, especially when I know it is stingray season in Rocky Point. So we didn't mess with that. Also, the weather, was nice outside, but the water was a bit cold still. And I am a wuss for that, dude. Cold water. I don't know how many times people try to get me to do a cold plunge. I just can't do it, dude. I am not built for that. I am so freaking cold.
I love it, dude. It's my favorite thing.
Before I came here, got a text from my buddy. Hey, you want to come do a cold plunge at my house? I'm like, yeah, nope, I'm here.
Should have said yes.
Dude, not on a cold day? Ugh.
Bro, I just did one yesterday at the gym. And dude, that's my favorite thing. I love it.
The amount of people that I know that say they love it, every time they say that to me, I look at them like, you've got to be lying. Mm-hmm. There's no way you could enjoy being cold like that.
Honestly, it's not even about the cold. It's about the fight. That feeling of like you're winning. It's because that's all that is, right? It's discipline. It's a lot of like fight or flight, right? It's all this like your body is freaking out, and the ability to just stay cool and just breathe through the first 30 seconds because that's really all that sucks. The rest of the time it's cold, but the first 30 seconds. So dude, I get in this pool. It's maybe 3 feet deep, right? This thing.
Yeah.
And you just literally walk right in, turn around and sit down. Like you can't stall. You can't do anything crazy. You have to just plop down and go and just embrace the suck. And then it's 5 minutes. Oh,
do you remember the one time I tried to do with you and Carl? Mm-hmm. I lasted maybe 10 seconds.
You were good right until I got up to your crotch.
Dude, the minute it hits the nuts, that's when it's the same thing with the ocean. The minute the water in the ocean hits your nuts, that's when I'm out. Yeah. I'm like, yep, not doing that anymore.
Dude, I don't know, but it's so like refreshing. And I always go underwater too. Like once the 5 minutes is up, I dunk my head in the water for a second, wait, and then come up and then just walk out. And you see these people are funny because there's this whole like theory of do a minute in the cold plunge, 4 minutes in a jacuzzi, then a minute in the cold plunge back and forth. And I'm like, dude, getting in that jacuzzi after a minute in that cold water is like stings. Like it stings you the whole time. Like have your feet ever been cold and you take a hot shower?
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
So picture that with your whole entire body. Oh. I'm like, no, I don't even go to the jacuzzi stuff. You see these people get in, they're like, I'm going to cold plunge. I'm like, you were in for 12 seconds. That is not a cold plunge.
So I just got I told you about that text. And it texted to me and my other buddy Curtis. It said, either one of you want to join me for a second cold plunge today? And his response was, my body says yes, but my mind says no. But that my body and my mind say, no, I'm out.
Eric, you just got to jump in, dude. You just can't think about it.
That's the problem is I think about it. Like the whole drive there, I'll be thinking about it.
I'm like,
as I'm putting the suit on, I'll be thinking about it.
What's weird is like I've noticed, and I don't know what it is, if it's a circulation problem or something, but like my lats will stay cold longer.
Really?
Like, and it's like a noticeable cold. Everything else warms up. And that's part of like, they'll tell you, like let your body warm up on its own. Some people go right into a sauna, and I've done that before, or you just let your body get warm because it takes a minute.
Yeah.
But my lats will stay cold for a while, and it's super weird. I don't understand why, or like, it's just like a weird, like almost like menthol cool, like not like cold to the touch, but it's like, I can feel it on the inside. We're like, why are these cold still? But I love them, dude. I really do like a cold plunge.
So I was about to say to everybody listening that this is going to be one of those short episodes, but I find it funny that anytime I do that, I'm like, why would I tell them? They download the episode. They can see exactly how long it is. Their phone tells them. I don't have to give them this, heads up on what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But fair warning, everybody. It's not going to be very long, because when we looked at what we had on our list of things to do, there are 2 topics to talk about. And we also mentioned to each other that whenever there's 2 topics, it typically means it's going to be an hour-long episode of nothing. But you also have kind of gone hard out on this one. You got something you got to do. So, and I got here a little bit late. So, maybe this will be.
We'll be fine.
So, the whole reason why I brought up Mexico is not to gloat, although I am. It was awesome. I loved it. But the whole reason I was down there is because anytime you go away from your home, like pooping is the worst, right? Away from your home.
I don't know. I'm different.
You don't care?
I will poop anywhere. It does not matter.
I will. I prefer not to. And
I don't even care.
Okay, my reason is
Porta John's the only place where I hesitate because of what they smell like. If it's clean, when you go in, if it smells clean, I'm good.
Yeah, if you don't smell anything.
If I look down and I see people's I have a problem.
And you see a mound of it?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is like, if I have to, I'm going to have to really go.
Yeah, you have to really.
That's about where I draw my line. But dude, any bathroom, any gas station, I don't even care, dude. People are like, "Oh, I can't go to. I have to be at home when I poop," and I'm like, "Well, that sucks." Because if I gotta go, I gotta go. I don't care where I'm.
My thing is, I don't have to be, because again, for me, once the urge hits, I'm ready to go anywhere. But
it is way comfortable.
If you notice this, if you're ever going to the bathroom in my house, you will see a bidet.
Oh yeah, we talked about this before.
Yes.
You have bidets everywhere.
I have bidets everywhere, and I have it for a reason.
Still don't understand them.
Use it. I'm telling you.
Listen, here's the thing. I know I've tried this before. We talked about this, and the thing I don't know what you do afterwards. I feel like you have to drip dry.
No, a little bit of toilet paper.
But then what's the point in the bidet if you're going to use toilet paper anyway?
To dry, not to smear crap all over your butt.
No. I mean, I'm not against it, but the one time I'm doing it, it's like, oh, that water's cold, bro.
It can be for sure. But I'm telling you right now.
I know.
So that was the thing about in Mexico. I'm like, okay, I got to go to the bathroom. And I go, and I'm like, there's no bidet here.
I'm surprised you don't pack one from Amazon, like a portable bidet. You just everywhere you go, it's like you got your toothbrush, you got your comb, and you got your bidet.
Dude, you can buy one for like $50. It's actually not a bad idea. They just go right underneath the toilet seat.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. And when I was down there, I'm like, okay, I go to the bathroom. This sucks because no matter what I do, I'm not going to feel clean.
Like, what if you sit too far back and you get a cold shot right to the nuts? Dude,
you will be shocked at how the accuracy. I kid you not. Okay, listen to this, by the way. So this is funny. I was thinking that in Mexico. I wrote it down on the list. And of course, what happens when you write something in your phone?
It goes away, it disappears.
No.
Oh.
It immediately shows up on Instagram. So this is Conan O'Brien reading an ad on his podcast. Just go ahead and listen to this.
Toilet paper has no business trying to battle the mess of a large holiday meal. Bidets, on the other hand, shoot precise. What the f*** happened to me? I'm a good guy. I went to a good college. I worked hard. I wrote a thesis in college. I wrote a thesis. I've worked hard for years. I've raised a family. I've never gone to jail. I've never committed a crime. And here I am explaining how you gotta shoot water up your ass. Ridiculous. Insanity. What did I do?
So my favorite part about that is, one, if you got a bidet you want to hawk, we will hawk it for you. We will read those ads and we will do so without being pissed off about it. At the same time, I just found it hilarious to hear Conan O'Brien, a guy who's had tons of success in the comedic world.
Probably had a lot of nice thrones to poop on.
Right. And he's sitting there reading a targeted ad, and he loses his mind about the fact that he has to read about a precise stream to your anal. Well, your anus. Yeah. I was going to say your anal cavity, but I'm not really. To your anus. But I'm also telling you right now, you sit on one, it's got 2 settings. For the front, for you ladies. In the back, for everyone else. You click the back, it is right almost every time, and it doesn't make any sense.
But like, how long do you squirt? Like, you just don't know. Like, is it timer? Does it have like a set timer?
So,
you're like 3 second squirt. You just sit there and take it.
The one of my master is like a really nice one, right?
Yeah.
And it's you press the button and it's all electric.
And you hear it like spool up, warming up,
and it's got warm water. It can do warm water, and what it does is it first shoots, and then it starts doing like a waving action back and forth.
I want this. This I want. You gotta send me this one.
It goes back and forth, and it's like seriously cleaning, and then after that, blow dry.
Okay,
blow dries your butt, dude.
Now I'm in, dude. You have, but wait, how do you not poop on it?
It's in the back,
but it's blowing from the back too. Dude, I need this. I need a link for this.
I'll tell you this: the one thing that has happened, and for you got queasy stomachs, let's get real. Sometimes you sit on that toilet, you didn't have time to aim, you had to blow up. You have to clean that thing because it will get poop on it.
Okay, so that sounds like what I would need because that sounds like the Cadillac version of a bidet. I don't need like the Tacoma version or whatever it is. You know, I don't need.
I'm good with the Honda Civic version, man.
I know, but I'm good with like the idea of it. But I think if I'm going to do one in my master bathroom, I'm going to want all that because I don't want to drip dry. I don't want to pat dry. I want to blow dry.
I'm telling you, dude. I actually get off when the blow dry starts and just use the toilet paper because of the time. Because it takes some time.
You can't say that stuff, Aaron.
What?
I actually get off with the toilet paper. I can't.
I didn't even hear that.
I can't.
That's terrible.
It's so bad.
But the truth is like, I'm telling you, for all of you who have not adopted a bidet in your home, do it. You say the cheap one I've got right here in this bathroom right here, $50 off of Amazon. And it is worth every freaking penny.
But the thing is, I think what you do is you create this false like expectation in your life now, because now when you go to a QT and you got to take a dump, you're like, bro, this is going to be worse. I'm gonna have to go home and spray my butt.
No,
that's what I'm saying. So like, I don't know if I'm living a life right now where I think I'm good to go.
You don't know any better.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're living in ignorance.
Like I've living a life of smooth peanut butter, bro. Like I don't even have no chunky exists, dude.
But see,
I don't need it.
That's a good combo. But truly, my thing is like, listen. If we as a society got with it and just said, you know what, we're putting in a bidet in every, because if you go to Japan is famous for this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Their toilets are they're uncomparable. Everywhere in Japan has got a toilet that will clean you without you even have to touch a thing.
I want to go to Japan.
I know. I actually want to go to Japan.
Just came back from 10. He was there for 10 or 12 days. He went by himself. His name's Tom.
Wow.
So he's a single dude. He's like our age.
Yeah,
He's never been married, no kids. And he went to Japan 2 years ago with a buddy. And he has a thing for the Asian persuasion, so he's always looking for a hot Asian chick. Yeah. So good for him, right?
Yeah,
so
good for him.
But he couldn't get nobody to go with him to Japan. And I was like, bro, if I wasn't married with kids and have a life, like, yeah, I would go. I'd get it.
Yeah.
But dude, he went to Japan for like, I think it was 12 days, and dude, by himself. Like,
sounds really crazy.
I know, right? Like part of it kind of does, but at
the same time, it also sounds pretty awesome.
Oh, he would be legit. But I'm like, that's why I want to go. It's like all the little stuff. He's at the food's better. And then I'm going to ask him about the bathroom. But he's also a weird dude. Because I'm going to tell you right now. Let me tell you this. I was just telling Calais about him, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because what were we talking about? I don't know how we got on to... she goes, because Benton's shoes were in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes, what do you got to do? Get naked to take a poop? And I was like, I know a guy.
I know a guy. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. So we found Tom. I don't know. He listens to this every now and then. I don't care if he knows. So, one time we were on a trip. It was a guy's trip. We'll call it that, right? And we were camping. And so we were like, hey, Tom, if you need to take a dump, because he's a city boy from New York, like the Bronx, bro, right? White kid, grew up in the ghetto. Like he is street smart, book stupid, right? Like just, he's yes. But he's a good dude. Anyway, we're like, hey, here's a 5-gallon bucket. Here's a bag. You know, if you need to go to the bathroom, you just poop in the bag. All of a sudden we see him over there, like cutting a hole on the bottom of the bucket. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, well, I can sit on it and take a crap. I was like, bro, the whole other side's a hole. Like it's an open hole, you know? You put the bag around that. And he's like, oh, screw it. I'm not doing it out here. I'm not going out here. So for like 2 days we were out there and he had to take a dump and never take a dump. So he held it? He was able to?
So we went and like, dude, he's like, dude, we need to go to Payson because that's where the closest Walmart was, right? So we go to Payson all of a sudden. And so there's a group of us because we're on a guy's thing. And he's like, all of a sudden we hear boots come off and we're like, yeah, whatever, you know, who cares? All of a sudden we hear his pants hit the floor. Like the belt hits the floor. And we're like, what is he doing? Like, why? So you start looking like there's pants on the floor. And you're like, dude. And so one of the guys with us is 6'10", right? And he is, so the partitions They don't exist to him. They're
no.
So he just looks over and he's like, what the? And so we all look over the wall. Dude, this dude stands on the toilet and then squats down.
What?
Dude, I swear, dude. Dude, I swear on my life. Like, it is the craziest thing ever, dude. I swear. I know. Dude, listen. So, like, we're looking like, what? Dude, he's just on his phone. You know, whatever, dude. So, like, so I've seen this more than once, dude, because I work with this guy. Bro, I'm not kidding. So one time we went to Vegas and I'm like, he's in there taking a dump and I know he's standing on the toilet.
This
right?
guy's a freaking chicken laying
Bro,
eggs.
I'm not kidding. Dude. He stands on the seat and squats down and hovers over the toilet and poops in the toilet. It's like a natural squatty potty thing, right?
Dude, the thing that gets me about this is like, listen, I don't understand if you were like a germophobia, you don't want your butt touching the seat. His clothes are on the bathroom floor.
Yeah.
So clearly he doesn't care about
It's
that.
got nothing to do with that.
What are you doing?
Oh, what's a complaint?
You want to come sit on my lap for just a little bit?
No. So we go to Vegas, right? And I'm sharing a room with him. And I'm like, and I know he's in there pooping. And the bathroom doors don't lock in Vegas for whatever reason. They usually like in this, he just didn't lock it. So I was like, hey Tom, should I wear this cowboy hat or not? We were just having this conversation. He's like, I don't know. And I'm like in this mode, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to leave. You're taking your time, but I'm trying to figure out if I should wear what I'm wearing. And finally I just open the door because we're men. And there he is, bro, stand on the toilet, just playing on his phone. Yeah, the hat looks good. Yeah. But yeah.
Back to Mama, okay?
Uh-oh.
Trouble? No, go to Mama real quick, okay? I'll be done in a little bit.
So have you ever seen that before? He literally stands on the toilet.
Never heard of that. Like literally, I'm thinking like of a chicken,
bro,
squatting over a hole to lay
I'm
its
not
eggs.
flexible enough. Or else I
way.
would show you on this chair what he does, so that people can understand what I'm talking about.
Dude,
But I'm telling you, dude.
one of the funniest visuals you've ever explained on the show.
I'm serious, though, and
Oh
it's
my
not. It
gosh.
is so true. I can't even make it up. And I'm like, where did you learn it? His dad taught him that. So, but then his argument would be like, that's what they do in Japan. Like in Japan, they squat over holes. People squat over holes all the time to poop. And I'm like, but dude, we are in America. Like, you don't have to do that.
Yes. I mean, listen, if I dug a hole in the woods to poop in, I would do that.
Right, that makes sense.
I'm not doing that on a toilet that was specifically designed for me to sit on.
The porcelain toilet would snap in half if I climbed on the side of this thing and used all my weight and just squatted down like a gorilla just pooping, dude.
Oh my
Like,
God.
yeah, it's funny. We make fun of him all the time because it's funny. So he came into our unit to work, right? And and the guys with us, I was like, hey, just so you guys know, if he's in the bathroom and you see his boots in there, this is how he poops. And they were like, no way. And I'm like, I swear. So we come in one time to the bathroom and I can see his boots on the floor. And I was like, hey, come here. So they all go in, they all go over and look, and they just, dude, it was like hysterical, dude. Because we're all a bunch of 14-year-old boys, dude. It's terrible.
In every aspect of all men's lives.
Every bit.
We
dude.
are all that way.
It doesn't matter. I had guys in there that were 50 years old laughing almost on the floor crying because of what they're watching. This guy trying to take a poop, dude.
But dude, I mean, seriously though, that is...
It's impressive. Tom, I love you, buddy.
Who
I love
taught
Tom.
you to do that? But you said his dad taught him. Wow, that is something else, man. That is something else.
I'm like, bro, like I just don't get it. Like it is a natural squatty potty position though,
Yeah.
right? Like I totally understand the concept makes sense because I have a squatty potty, and if you've ever used one of those?
Oh yeah, I got one right here.
They work.
They do.
Like they really do, especially when you're having a hard time and you're like a little gummed up. You're like, dude, I gotta like change the positioning. Squatty potty, pull out the little tray. Everything you had just wiggles itself.
See, and for me, like again, when it comes to, I'm a full believer in making the pooping experience great. I have the bidet and I have a squatty potty.
Yeah,
I'm all
you
about
also
it.
have dude wipes.
I also have dude wipes
There
if
we go.
necessary.
If necessary.
Yeah.
Which, if you have a bidet, they shouldn't be necessary.
They aren't. But I can't even convince my wife to use a
Travel
bidet.
with the dude wipes. So we
do.
went to Maine.
Yeah.
You guys saw in the bathroom.
Yeah, dude, I don't mess with that, man.
Got a boy, Eric.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm like, I don't mess with that, man. I don't need walking around with any possibilities of skid marks. No way. I'm not dealing with any itch. Nah, man. No, not me.
Oh my gosh, dude. I need a bidet.
I'm telling you, you got to try it out.
I've
Listen,
had them before. I just don't know what to do afterwards. I'm like, I feel like it was stupid to like spray your butt and then you sit and kind of drip dry. I'm like, I'm going to use toilet paper anyway. Why am I like?
but you use so much less and you are totally clean.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing is it's so much less toilet paper and you are totally clean. Like it's 2-3 squares just to soak up the water and you're done.
I'm going to need to try. I want the Cadillac version.
I'm
though.
telling you, you can just try this cheap one
I
right
need a
here.
link. I don't ever have to poop when I'm over here, bro.
I know
Trust
you
me,
never
I
did.
thought about it.
Yeah, like I said, it's right there.
I know. Maybe I could just clean up what's left from earlier. You know, just sit down.
Sit down. If you went beforehand, come over here and check it out.
Over here, just say, "Yep, look what's left."
Just,
and be like,
just to see. Holy crap! There's that much left over.
Yeah, it's like the car wash of pooping right here.
Yes. Yeah. All right, man. I don't have anything else as far as like the non-sports stuff. Did you have anything else you want to say?
No, I can't remember. Like I said, there's something I was going to ask you or talk about, but I forgot. And a lot of it maybe been sport. The April Fool's jokes were funny yesterday. We could transition to that.
There was a lot of those.
And a lot of them were sports related.
A lot of them.
Like Dak Prescott going to the Steelers. I was like.
Or the Arizona State changing their field color.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I saw that. I didn't even think twice about it being an April Fool's joke because Boise State has it.
They have the blue.
So I was like, oh, that makes sense. Whatever. I didn't even dawn on me. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I knew it wasn't because the NCAA actually passed a rule that no new schools could have colored turf.
But that's not a new school.
No, but like no new like
stadium.
You can't change your turf color now. Like it's basically green. So boys, these are schools that I know of that have different colored. Eastern Washington has red. Mm-hmm. Boise's blue, and actually Central Arkansas has a very cool one. Their colors are purple and silver, so it's purple and silver every 5 yards. I wish
they would have done that to the Queen Creeks, like because they're putting in the new turf field.
Oh, they're not doing grass anymore.
No, it's all everybody's going turf.
I know.
But it's like that. But why not have a colorful like? You know, like I think there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, like something cool. But I mean, I get it. Green does look. It's more of a field, so I get it. But it's who cares?
I don't know if it's going to be fake grass. What?
I know why does it matter? But yeah, but I'm pretty sure like in Arizona, Ganado, up in you don't know where that's.
Oh yeah. We're talking way up
town. I'm sure they have a red field. It's red AstroTurf. I think. Because they have an outdoor field. They have an outdoor turf. They're one of the first places I ever saw in high school that had an outdoor turf field.
Okay.
Then that was 20 years ago.
I'm trying to think. The only one I can think of that was actually cool in high school was Round Valley. Didn't they have a dome?
Yeah, bro. I played on that my freshman year, and I played it every year after that because I played against them.
Right,
dude. That sucked.
Really?
Here's why. Because that was not turf. That was carpet.
Oh, like AstroTurf.
It was literally like carpet. So like you had to be very careful when you slid or tackled or whatever because
you're gonna get ripped up.
Oh, dude, it would like be the kind that doesn't heal. And it like hurts to heal, you know. And oh yeah, dude, Round Valley was cool because it had it was the only high school dome in the country at the time. I don't know if it still is, but
I doubt it. It is anymore.
It's so old school constructed too, like the wood pie, like the wood like triangles all over the place. And when we actually did woodworking and all that kind of like actual
when everything
architecture
done with work,
excuse
me, all the work was done with wood. Yeah. Now it's all done with steel.
Yeah, or some aluminum nonsense or something stupid. But yeah.
Well, okay. Here's the one thing that I wanted to kind of like discuss a little bit because the great Calais Campbell has returned. He's come home. Calais is back with the Cardinals on a 1-year deal. I'm excited about
to actually play.
Yeah, because the guy still plays. Like he's been playing.
He's been in Jacksonville.
No, this last year he was with Miami.
Okay.
Year before that he was with Baltimore, and before that, I mean, he did sign a big deal with Jacksonville. But the thing is with Calais, like I remember when they let him walk. The talk then was his best years are behind him. He's not going to be any good anymore. The dude has done nothing but produce ever since. Now, is he going to be an every down guy? No, he's not going to be. He's probably going to be first and second down, run stuffing type of guy, and somebody else will come in third. But at the same time, like if he can get 50% of the snaps on defense, he's a huge body. That's a pretty smart guy. Knows what he's doing.
He's actually like a gentle giant,
if
you will. He's super soft spoken, nice guy.
He's got a really funky voice. It's hard to understand what he says. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he's 6'8", like he's 310 pounds. Like he's a big dude. He's a big man. But it made me think about like all of the players that have returned. Have come back in one instance or another. Like Carlos Dansby came back to the Cardinals 3 times. Or he played for them on 3 separate occasions, which is insane. How many guys can you think of come back that many times? Remember back in the day, Kevin Johnson came back to the Suns. KJ, baby.
Is he still a mayor?
No, but he was for a while in Sacramento. Mm-hmm. Steve Nash came back, originally drafted by the Suns and then traded and then came back. I'm trying to think of like who would be one. We're not going to go so much about all the players that have done it because it's actually something I feel like happens relatively often. Like Leandro Barbosa came back. But what player currently playing that played for your team do you want to see come back? I have one right now.
I don't. Well, okay, we talk about like injury prone people or just
it can be injury prone. I'm talking about someone that's actively playing, not somebody that like Sean Lee is probably who you're thinking of,
or it's even Van Der Esch, dude.
Van Der Esch,
like both those dudes.
guys.
Like, imagine having both of those dudes playing in your linebacker positions.
You could run the 3-4 scheme to perfection with those two guys on the inside.
All day long, dude.
Those guys were super smart players.
Yeah, but they could not stay.
The health was just not in their cards.
Yeah. Like, just so somebody active today.
Actively playing today that, was with your team that's now playing with somebody else. The first person that came to my mind. Tony Pollard playing with Memphis. Yeah. No, not Memphis. From University of Memphis. Now he's with the Titans.
Yeah, he would be somebody to bring back because our running game sucks.
Yeah, you have no running backs. Although, didn't you guys just completely switch out the entire running back?
Dude, Jerry Jones is running this place into the ground. Like, it's hard to even follow anymore.
I saw that was another one of those April Fool's things. Somebody did a whole bunch of AI images of Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott holding the Lombardi Trophy. And they're like, yep, never going to happen. But so the Diamondbacks right now are in New York playing the Yankees. The Diamondbacks this last season lost their number one first baseman, who's been great, Christian Walker. He ended up signing a big deal with the Houston Astros. Good for him. Happy to see him get the money because he was a guy that started his career a little bit older and came out of the minors a little bit older. But it's good for him. We're all happy for him. We wanted him back, but at the same time, understand, listen, there's only so much money you're going to spend.
Yeah.
So we pivoted and made a trade for a guy. Josh Naylor played for the Guardians. Used to be the Indians. Now that they're the Guardians. And he had a good season last year. Had 31 home runs, 90-something RBI. But it was well known at the time, this guy is a defensive downgrade because Christian Walker is a Golden Glove. He is one of the best defensive first basemen in the game. We have played 5 games so far. And in 5 games, Josh Naylor has made a massive mistake at first base every single time. That's a hard streak to continue. And it's pretty rough. And so I was telling my buddy, my nephew, super fan, David, about dude, we went to the game on Saturday night when we were playing the Cubs. That was a rough loss. But we were playing the game and I'm like, dude, it's going to be hard for me to really embrace Josh Naylor knowing we could have went and signed Paul Goldschmidt, who is also a Golden Glove first baseman who had his best years in Arizona, who just signed a 1-year deal with the Yankees. That's a guy where I'm like, dude, if we were to pivot back to Goldie, bring Goldie back. I know he was coming off probably the worst year of his career. At the same time, though, the guy's not lost it. If anything else, he's going to run into a home run every once in a while because he's that big and strong, but he is an elite defensive first baseman. And that sounds like a stupid thing because typically when you grow up, you're thinking the worst fielder on your team plays first base, right?
Yeah.
Not in the MLB, dude. In the MLB, you need a guy that actually knows what he's doing at first base because you can run into some serious mistakes and lose a lot of runs. Like yesterday, the guy made a throwing error, led to 2 extra runs for the Yankees. It's just things like that where I'm like, ugh.
Okay, speaking of the Yankees, this is one of the things I did want to talk about.
Those torpedo bats?
Yeah.
They're legal.
I know, but I saw what was weird is I saw that the De La Cruz or whatever that guy's name is. He has one too.
Oh, he's talking about for the Reds.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did he get one? I thought it was just the Yankees players that have them. And then all these other teams are like, oh, well, I watched this TikTok the other day or whatever it was, a reel. They're saying all these guys are going to try to get behind this idea. But the problem is the Yankees are way ahead of them because they've already done it. Where now these other people have to go in, find somebody to make the bat, come back and get it approved by the MLB and all these kind of steps for it where the Yankees are already ahead. And it seems to be working. Yeah,
well, they're just smashing homers left and right, dude. Some of it also has to do with the fact that they've got home run hitters. They've got some guys that are hitting home runs anyway. I don't know. I think I want to see a little bit more data on it. Apparently, the bat's been around for more than just this year. It's just this is the year that everybody on one team is using it. And they came out of the gates smashing homers. So, I mean, obviously, that's going to play in your favor in some way.
Yeah. Well, and De La Cruz hit 2 in one game. He hit one 428 feet.
But I'll also say this about De La Cruz, dude. That dude does that. He's a freak. I mean, he's 6'7".
He's so fast.
And he is lightning fast. He's one of those true unicorns in a sport where you just think how does somebody physically look like that, play like that, move like that? You know what I mean? They just don't exist. Again, he's 6'7", 200 pounds. That could, probably be an Olympic sprinter based on that build. And then you have another guy across, in the country in Aaron Judge, who's 6'7", 280 pounds, and just blasts homers all day long. He had 58 homers last year. And I think he had 60 the year before that. Well, I think 62, 61. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I don't know. For me, when it comes to the torpedo bat, I mean, we're a week into the season. I want to see a full season of what it's going to do before I make any kind of
the Yankees win just because of the bats.
Yeah, it's true. That is going to be the topic of conversation. Having said that, we beat him yesterday because my boy Eugenio Suarez hit a grand slam to take the lead. So whose homers matter when, huh? We're playing them again right now, and I really hope that they don't beat us because that would be a bummer to be saying that the minute we're playing them.
And then get beat.
Another player I would like to see come back. 2 players I want to see come back. Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges. Come back to the Suns. We need that.
Cam Johnson was such a terrible trade. He was such a, people loved watching that dude play.
Oh yeah. Him and Mikal Bridges, I'm telling you,
are they still playing for the Nets?
Cam Johnson still plays for the Nets. Mikal Bridges was traded this offseason to the Knicks for 5 first-round draft picks. I think it was 5.
Has he still not missed a game?
Nah, still hasn't missed a game. Still has not missed a game.
That's insane.
You know the worst part about that trade is when you look back on it, you can't say that Kevin Durant did not play at Hall of Fame level, because he did. But it has been the worst trade because Cam Johnson's always hurt still. But Mikal Bridges has never missed a game. And the chemistry we had with those 2 guys on the court.
Yeah, I didn't think we should have got rid of those guys at all.
I know.
Seriously, that was such a bad. I don't know. I guess we're sitting here from a table not being NBA people, but it just was bad.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we got rid of Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, 5 second-round draft picks, and I think 4 first-round draft picks to get Kevin Durant. That was the trade. That is the trade. We gave up 3 of our key rotational guys and starters from a team that went to the finals and was 2 wins away from winning it, and almost all of our draft capital for Kevin Durant. And that has led to a loss in the playoffs to the Nuggets in the second round, a loss to the Timberwolves in the most embarrassing fashion, a sweep the next year. And this year, again, guess what? We're not. We are not in the playoffs right now. We are a game and a half behind in the 10th spot for that play-in tournament. And the chances we make it are slim, because when you look at the remaining teams we got to play, we just got blown out by 30. Yesterday we lost by 10. But that's without Kevin Durant, because guess what? He tweaked his ankle. And guess who's still not playing? Bradley Beal. So it's we can't put it all on that one trade, because other trades happened after that further handcuffed the team. But that one trade is really looking pretty awful. And the worst part about it is you can't even blame Kevin Durant, because he's held up his end of the bargain. He's played great. And it's led to 0 team success.
It's so hard to watch. I hope they get in still.
I don't want them to.
I just want them to get in and then go on a sweet Cinderella run.
They're not going to do it.
Come on.
They're not going to.
We didn't have a sweet Cinderella team in the March Madness, dude. It's the Final Four.
It's all chalk.
It's all the 4 number 1 teams.
Is it all 4 of the number 1s? Mm-hmm. I didn't even follow it because it's been so.
Yep.
It's I don't follow basketball that much, but it has been
Duke,
so.
UNC, Houston, and somebody else. I think
I'm going to pull it up right now.
I might be wrong on the UNC part, but I know it's Duke and Houston. But either way, yeah, they're it's all number 1 seeds.
That's pretty awful.
So you're like, dang, that sucks. Because the first round of 32 was full of upsets, and then it just tanked after that.
Okay, so I'm looking here at the NCAA bracket. And here we go. Right now we have number 1 Auburn against number 2 Michigan State, number 1 Duke against number 2 Alabama.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Is that not what it is? Oh, no. What the heck is this?
They're 1s. They're all 1s. Florida, Auburn, Houston, Duke are all 1 seeds.
So hold on a second. I just clicked on at ESPN. I went to the national, NCAA men's, NCAA bracket. First thing I had to click on, what in the world is this? Is this somebody's bracket they submitted?
Maybe, I don't know.
What in the world is that?
I knew that they were all, I actually thought UNC was in, but I was wrong.
What on earth am I even looking at? This is... I have no idea. I don't even know what to find it anymore. I don't even know what I'm looking for, because whatever I just clicked on is not it.
I just put in March Madness 2025 Final Four and it came up.
ESPN, you suck. Your website is terrible.
Yeah.
This makes 0 sense.
Yeah. You guys are
Why would I not be able to just simply click on 2025 March Madness Final Four?
They've gone, ESPN went to crap a long time ago after Stuart Scott died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you were, there'll never be another saying is you are as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Oh, dude, it's a great one.
Great.
It's a great one.
Yeah, what up? Rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah, I know. And really, you're right about ESPN. They've really lost a lot of their, I don't know, whatever made them special is gone. They're not the same anymore. A lot of the personalities they keep like kicking out. And then also just the fact that like, I don't know, I feel like other sports websites and programming has kind of stepped in and filled that void. And also for the rest of the country, we don't care about the Giants, the Lakers, or the Jets.
You're so angry.
Because it's all they ever talk about.
I know they're a joke.
Dude, okay, get me a haircut today. They got ESPN on. And guess what the question they're asking? They're asking this question. This is their, their whatever, first take or whatever it is. Are the Giants really not that far away from competing? They have the 3rd overall pick. They just signed Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. Those are their quarterbacks. Let me tell you what, they are miles from competing. They suck. Why are we even talking about it?
I don't know. They are, though. They're very biased with those teams.
Super biased.
Well, and you used to think, remember growing up, you could watch SportsCenter every morning. And watch it again. Yeah. The same show again. Yeah. And then again. Yeah. And like, I remember when I was first married, that she's like, how do you watch this? You just watched all this, like this last hour. How are you watching it again? And I'm like, I don't know. It's different. Yeah. It's a live broadcast for 4 hours. They play the same stuff, but you know what? The top 10 is still cool to watch every time.
I don't know, dude. You're right. By the way, yeah, with number 1 seeds, Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston. Jeez. That's freaking terrible.
Makes it like,
Yeah, I don't care about that. Honestly, I don't care about it anyway, because when I look at any one of those teams, I'm like, could not have less interest in any one of those teams in their fate.
Yeah, me either.
But seriously, ESPN, you suck. Like, focus it on something else. Actually tell the real stories of the NBA. Who cares what's happening with the Lakers? They're not a number 1 seed. You don't ever talk about Oklahoma City Thunder. They are the number 1 seed.
Can we stop talking about Bronny, please?
Let's stop talking about Bronny. He's a 2nd round pick who rarely plays. Who cares? I remember they were talking about how he scored 39 points in a G League game. Guess what? Drew Timme scored 50. And you don't even know who he is.
Of course not, because he's not LeBron's
He's not LeBron's son. I mean, listen, nobody ever would have any problem. Like, listen, if it was any other team, I don't think anybody would care if Bronny got picked in the 2nd round by any other team. We all know the reason he got picked is because of his dad. That's fine, because lots of people get jobs that way. Like that is the American way.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the fact nobody cares about it after that. They played their game together in the 3rd game of the season. We're done. Okay, focus on something else.
Move on, let it go.
Move on. Let's talk about something that matters.
Let it go.
Actually talk about the stories of the NBA and baseball and football. Actually tell the real stories and not catering to the largest markets or the largest fan bases. Because you're not doing yourself any favors, because everybody else is sick and tired of hearing about it. And not only that, you're not curating any better fan bases. Like, the Packers have got to have one of the best fan bases in the world. They're not getting more screen time. They're not getting more talked about than the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Jets. It's true.
Well, Cowboys are America's team.
Yeah.
Listen,
they are Dallas'
when
team.
Majority of America wants to hear about them, and ESPN's smart about that. All right,
double standards.
Everybody's like, hey, nobody wants to hear about the Giants. Definitely not the Giants or the Lakers. But the Cowboys are kind of like, it's kind of like more than half the population of the country is probably a Cowboy fan.
Holy crap.
And then 25% more of that is just closet fans.
Just calling itself black. Oh my gosh. Anyway, back to, is there any other player? Like I said, you said Tony Pollard. Is there anybody else you were thinking of that you want to see come back?
Well, they all retired. Like, Zach Martin's gone. He'd be great to have back, but he retired.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? Tyron Smith, but healthy.
Yeah, that was Tyron Smith's always problem. I think he actually stayed healthy all year for the Jets.
Dude, he is such a big dude. I've walked past him. He literally wears a knee brace for an arm brace. Like an elbow brace.
I know.
He's huge.
He is a mammoth of a man. And it is sad because when you look again, there's lots of athletes in the NFL, specifically the NFL, where you can look at and say, wonder what that career would have been like had they not gotten hurt so often. And Tyron Smith's one of them. The number one that I think of all the time is Luke Kuechly.
Oh.
If Luke Kuechly had not gotten hurt so often, what And Andrew Luck, for that matter.
Oh,
What would their careers have been like?
I know, man. And Andrew Luck, I get, he played it smart. It's a head thing, and you got to do.
And the same thing with Luke Kuechly. Both of them was
Kuechly was crazy.
Yeah, he was. But he was like, I'm not dealing with concussions anymore. He's 29 when he retired. I think both he and Andrew Luck were 29 years old.
I didn't know Andrew Luck was that old. I mean, he probably was, but he didn't feel like he was that old because he played at Stanford for so long, came into the league kind of late. But dude, he was so he had a chance to be Peyton Manning.
I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I think Andrew Luck came in as like 21 years old. I think he came in pretty young, but he was super relevant when he was at Stanford. I think he came in relatively young into the NFL. I'm looking up right now to see what we got as far as his age in his first year.
22.
Yeah, 22. That's pretty young.
He did. It
says his first season was when he was 23, so maybe he turned 23 during that season.
Yeah,
and he retired at 29. Mm-hmm. Didn't even play his age 28 season.
He was such a great pocket passing quarterback,
who had the ability to move.
Yeah,
but that wasn't his MO.
Oh, he was.
One of the things I'll always remember about him was when he played at Stanford and he threw a pick and he was so mad at himself. He went to go tackle the DB, laid him out. Absolutely laid him out. And it was not because he was mad at the DB. Well, I'm probably some, but he was super mad at himself for throwing the pick. And it was just like one of those, hey man, coach is going to be pissed that you tried to make that tackle, but he can't be that pissed that you made that tackle. It's like, that is the way you got to do it. He's probably showing that to all the defensive guys because it was a perfect form tackle. Ugh. Anyway, all right. So I think I could keep going on other players I'd like to see come back, only because there's always that.
The Cardinals just have so many that have left over the years because the Cardinals suck so bad.
What's so funny is I can't really even think of that many for the Cardinals that I want to come home.
Yeah.
Like
Larry Fitzgerald, that's who you want to come back.
Yeah, but
because he never freaking really left.
Because he never said goodbye.
That's so bad.
But would I want Byron Murphy to come back? Kind of. But I'm also okay with Byron Murphy going where he went because I don't know, our cornerback room's pretty young and they're doing all right.
Yeah.
For a while, it was Tyrann Mathieu that I wanted to come back.
The Honey Badger.
But, Budda Baker kind of took his place. And
imagine both of them, though.
Oh, yeah. It would be actually pretty. The thing about that scared me, who's actually covering? Because both those guys are flying up to the line on every single opportunity there's to make a tackle. But yeah, as far as players that have left, where I was like, oh man, I can't believe we let that guy go. One actually is.
Oh, I would tell you. Well, he doesn't play no more. Never mind.
Oh, who?
Jason Witten. He went to play for the Raiders, but he didn't play no more.
Yeah, he didn't play anymore. Yeah. Talking about tight end. I was gonna say the one guy that I will actually say that I think we should have kept is Zach Allen. He was a defensive end, like a 3-4 defensive end that went to the Broncos, got paid by the Broncos, but since he's been there, has been super productive. And that's a guy where I'm like, okay, you know what? I wish we wouldn't have let that guy go. But that was the exact type of guy that would go because you got a brand new GM who's want to come reset the team in his own image. And he didn't draft him. It wasn't his guy. Same with Byron Murphy. They're both kind of left at the same time. Outside of that, I don't know. You're right. The Cardinals' recent history has been bleak enough to where there haven't been very many great players that left that you're like, oh, I can't believe we screwed that one up. I mean, even with the Diamondbacks, again, the one guy that I think of is Paul Goldschmidt. Outside of that, players go. Sometimes you just kind of tip your hat and say, hey, you know what? Good luck to you wherever you go. The Suns, recent history. Yeah, there's a lot of recent history where I'm like, gosh dang, why did we should have traded Chris Paul. And I will be the first person to say that I was all on board with that trade when it happened. We should not, although I was very happy to get rid of Landry Shamet in that trade. Freaking waste of space. But again, the trading of Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, and Mikal Bridges, that's really sunk us.
Yeah, that one.
And again, I keep saying
that's a tough one.
It's hard because you got Kevin Durant, but it has led to no team success.
Yeah, there's been no benefit for it. So it's not like you gave up a lot and got what you thought would be a lot. And he has performed.
He's performed. But it hasn't led to team success.
Well, the thing is, Kevin Durant's never been the guy. He's been a guy.
Which is crazy because he's one of the greatest ever.
But he's always had to go to a team to be with other people. He can't be the guy that gets you there, but he can be the guy that supports you getting there.
Yeah.
It's just different.
No, it is. And it's because especially if you look at his history, he's been great everywhere he's gone. The only place that he's had enormous success was with a team that was already enormously successful in Golden State. I think he probably would have got there with the Thunder because they were building something so awesome, that's the thing I actually always hold against him was that move from Oklahoma City to Golden State. Like that was whatever.
It was LeBron-esque.
It was worse than LeBron. Yeah. It was worse than LeBron because he lost to that team when he was up 3-1 in the previous Western Conference Finals the year before. He was beating that team, and then he lost to that team and decided I'm joining that team. Like that is
join him.
Oh gosh, that was awful. I was irate when that happened.
Yeah,
I would have accepted him going to literally any other team.
Yeah, you were trying to get that dub, bro.
He got him. He got the rings. So whatever, you know. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he's not the guy that picks up your organization and takes you where you want to go. No. He's the guy that will, like you said, he will aid you in that journey. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's hard to, I don't know. I'm not going to make excuses for him. He's one of the greatest players of all time. He doesn't need me to cover for him.
No,
I'm just mad that we lost because
we sacrificed a lot.
We sacrificed three.
Well, we sacrificed a future.
Yeah,
for an old guy.
Who was supposed to take us there immediately.
And he didn't do anything. He got an injury. He rolled his ankle.
Yeah, for immediately. Like the second game he was with us.
Yeah.
All right, we don't need to get into that. I got nothing else, man. I'm ready to go. You got to go. You got anything else you want to say?
Yeah. Don't breathe.
Breathe.
The JJ and Pug Show theme song was written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Special thanks to Highland Communities for all the support given to our show. You can find the JJ and Pug Show podcast wherever you do listen to podcasts. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember to share the show with your friends and family and subscribe wherever you do listen. If you're able to, please feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That is ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for all the support, whether that is by simply listening, whether that is sharing it with a friend, or giving us that sweet, sweet cash. We truly appreciate it all. Thank you so much.